Hey guys, good afternoon. Thanks for joining me. Hope you're all snug as a bug in a rug in this weather we're having. Thanks, Star, for asking me to talk a little bit about Lucy and maybe my story. We're going to talk some tips, we're going to talk some oils, and I'm just going to give you my perspective on this whole topic. I know it's a lot, and everyone's in a different area of their life, and I think us women need to stick together as a team to help each other out. Hey Karen, thanks for joining. If you would have asked me I'd be doing this 7 years ago, I would have thought you are nuts. So like, how is it even possible? But I want to tell you that there's hope. People can change and you can be a different person. All right, you literally don't need to be the same person you were. Okay, so hopefully I can give you a perspective on that as I talk here today. So I'm going to jump right into a little story for you. And I'm so glad my husband's not on this page. Wait, let me get out my Shootron. It's so good. You guys like this stuff? All right. So you guys, we were married for 25 years at the time. We're still married. 30 years now. 3 kids, 2 dogs. I was working 80 hours a week. My husband's working 80 hours a week. We didn't know who was coming and going. I was twice my body size. I was insecure. I was popping 10 pills a day just to get through the day. And did anybody hear the word side effects to those? My kids were even on them because that's all we knew. So what happened to me is something that happens to many people. One night, a typical night in our household, after watching 2 or 3 hours of TV, shut the TV off, as usual, headed to the same bedroom, crawled in bed in the same place, and thought we'd just get the same thing going. And as this was happening, I'm looking at the ceiling. We have a LED light up on top, and I'm looking at, because it tells you what time it is, and I'm looking at the same clock, and time is passing by. And time is passing by, and more time, and lots of time is passing by. And something happened. Okay, guys, nothing happened. Like, I laid there and nothing was happening. And I'm like, oh my gosh, it quit working. Like, it was dead. Because I was like devastated. Like, when something's working really good and then it doesn't work, you kind of go, wait a second. I need this back. Freaking out. So I kind of lost my best friend, like that thing that gets you like to like relax and like you can release and it was gone. Okay, I kind of panicked, didn't know what to do. And I'm like, why me? It was like the best thing ever. So I thought really hard about this, guys, and I broke down. And I bought some fancy things that come in boxes that vibrate when they deliver, they set it on your doorstep, and it comes with a fancy name so you don't know who delivered it, and you're hoping your kids don't open it, and you hope they don't look at your Amazon account and all that stuff. But I tried that, and that didn't work. So this went on for 4 months. Not to drag the story out here, but it's truth. I'm speaking truth here. So I realized that bergamot and valor were the best oils for my daughter for emotional support. I'm thinking there's got to be something for me because I'm unique. Like I had it for so long and now it's gone. And I looked up in my reference guide and ylang-ylang shows up. I'm like, oh, ylang-ylang. Heck, I need this for something else too, because it was like a duo combo. Like, it was like they're working together. Like, I'm like cheap, right? This was like $40 and I'm like, $40? Well, it's kind of worth it. And what I needed it for, I can't say, but I'm like, I'm going to kill 2 birds right here with this one oil. So I was a ylang-ylang freak, and I was putting it every day like they told me to do. Like, I thought it was the weirdest thing to put this on your ankles. I was putting it on my heart, hence heart. And I was going for the win because I was desperate. I wanted to be consistent, because if those of you that know me, sometimes consistency is not my thing. So I made this my thing, though. And I did it for 30 days. And then one holy night, Jesus parted the waters for me. Like the floodgates of heaven just opened up, and I kind of was set free. Like you guys, it was so amazing. Like it was the 4th of July. Like my window was closed and I got a neighbor hard of hearing. And I'm telling you, the dude, I woke him up. Like it was like the lights, bells and whistles were all firing up in the room because of this oil. And it was amazing. So I thought, wow, this really does. Was it psychological? Wasn't really sure. Still skeptical, right? So that's kind of where I started in it. And it's kind of why I keep sharing, because this part of it can be so different. All right. But we had another problem. Okay. We had a really big problem. Like I'm good now. Like I got this thing going. Like I got my mojo back. I got things rocking down there. I got some circulation. I got the lang-a-lang. Like I'm living in this circulation thing. But, I gotta be honest, my husband wasn't there. Like I'd be like, honey, we got 4 months to catch up. Like, can you come home at noon? Like, are you gonna be, what time are you gonna be home? Like I got lang-a-lang going for me. And there was just too much space in between. I'm like, something's so great. How do you go? And it was just nuts. So opened up my book again. Now, granted, we did not have Lucy back then. Sorry, we didn't have Lucy back then. We'll talk about some of these things in a sec. But truth, I looked up in the reference guide, PD8020 and Idaho Blue Spruce. I said, I will take both of them. And back in the day, we got the big bottle of Idaho Blue Spruce. Or was it in a big bottle? Can't remember, it was so long ago. Anyway, we always had it in stock. So we tried that. And I think within 2 weeks, we realized what his problem was. It was testosterone. And you guys, when you come together and both things are working, things are amazing. So I gotta tell you, those are things we don't take anymore. Like we don't need to take these supplements anymore for that department, because that led to better eating. That led to, we lost 10 sizes. Like I lost between both of us, 10 sizes. We drank water. We quit drinking pop. We just cleaned up our lifestyle. Okay. So that to me is my reason why we don't need this anymore. Because if you were to call me today and I don't answer, you're going to know where I'm at. That's how great it is. And my wish for you today is that you share something you love and works for you with somebody else, so they can experience something so amazing. Okay. Now, we've been married 30 years. Was things ever perfect? Oh my gosh, no. But I'll talk a little bit about that. I'm gonna go a little bit deeper than maybe what most people are expecting, but I'll hit some oils, right? We all got the book, we got the stuff, but I like to take it a step further. So my question to you is, if things are not working, ask yourself this: do you even like him? Like, do you even like your husband? Like, how do you create magic when you don't even like your husband? I hear this all the time. Now, you got to remember, my best friend's a hormone specialist, and I hear stories from her. I won't tell you which ones are mine and which ones are hers, but I've learned a lot through her. But if it's like your roommate, how do you create this intimacy that's so amazing that brings you both together? So I always get to the root cause of why things aren't working. And again, I could be here for days talking about this, but what was it? What was it that made you kind of go this way? So I want to bring you both together, okay? And maybe in a small way here. You got to fight for what you really want. You got to really fight hard and ask questions. I think people are so busy with their kids, their dogs, their job, their work, their grandkids, their life, that at the end of the day, what do you got left? What do you got left for your husband? What do you got left for your wife? You know, you guys came first. I know God came first for me, and then your marriage, and then your kids. Where's the priority? So put those in perspective. If that's how you roll, that's how I roll. You got to take some time, and you got to make it work. So it's a huge part. Find out what your partner needs. Shut the TV off. The average person watches 35 hours of TV a week. You know how many divorces and how many people are going this way because that dang TV's on? All right, that's a big part. Communication is huge. Biggest thing I ever did for myself, because 30 years is a long time, you guys. I met him when I was like 16, I don't remember. So this book, The 5 Love Languages, you need to find out what your husband's and what your wife's love language is, okay? Is it touch? Is it words of affirmation? Is it time? Is it gifts? Is it, what's the 5th one? Someone's going to tell me. I know them all. time. Anyway, what is it? And then you come together and say, this is mine. Mine are words and mine are touch. And my husband's is time. And I'm like, time? I gotta build a business. I don't have time. Like, so now I sit on the couch and he works physically hard. So I watch TV with him, and you would be so surprised what can happen when you address this through this book possibly, and there's so many other books, but you come together and now things are just a little bit different. And he even addressed it. Like, it was like, have you noticed since you've sat with me, I'm not a TV watcher, but my husband likes it, right? So now I'm not being selfish because it was always about me. It's not about you, ladies, or your men. Ask your partner what they want, okay? Love it. Thank you. 5 love languages. Wow, that was a rabbit trail. Let's get back onto my notes here. I'm not really a good note girl. So another thing you got to ask yourself. So once you get that figured out, that's amazing. But for me, I have to tell you, I did not love myself. Now, I thought that was quirky. Like, love myself? I don't even know who I was. You guys, I'm hundreds of thousands of dollars in debt. I'm toxic mess. I'm just trying to pay the bills. Who's got time to like look in the mirror and say, I love myself? Someone told me to do that. It was the best tip I ever got. Look in the mirror. Women, buck naked. Whatever you got to do to love yourself. Like just literally find yourself through the mirror, right? Who are you and what are you about? What is your purpose? And when you feel so grounded in yourself and you gain that confidence, if you got to use 2 bottles of Valor a month, whatever it takes, get to church. What are you praying for? Who are you listening to? That is the key to confidence, I feel, as a woman. In the sheets, at your job. I always take it a little step further because I feel that we're all in this kind of big mess sometimes. We can all, get caught up in other people's stuff and other people's drama, which has nothing to do with us. So then we take that home and we're supposed to, create an intimate life with our partner, and we're all like messed up in other people's crap, other people's drama. You guys, save the drama. If we just let go of other people's crap, our lives would be so much better. I'm not kidding. And if you got to do an aroma freedom technique, if you got to do some form of getting rid of the past and dumping the stuff you have no control over that happened 5 years ago, much less happened 10 minutes ago, you will let go of things, and life is so different in your bedroom. I swear. Okay. Maybe you don't like how your body looks. You had 16 kids and you've nursed 20. All right. Things aren't hanging like they used to. So you're looking in the mirror going, oh my gosh, right? Well, you got to love that up. You've got to eat yourself up and just own that, because if you like cave to physical, things don't work right, because now you're afraid of what your partner might think and how that's in the way, and how that's stopping you from having a great intimate life. Okay? So own your badass self. Like, you just own yourself. And if your husband puts a note on the counter that says, here's Weight Watchers' phone number, give them a call today, find a new husband, because that happened to a good friend of mine, and they are not married. So if your husband has a problem with that, you need some counseling, okay? Because that's just wrong. And so many women feel subjected to that. And I'm sorry, that's just not how it should be. That might have been a little deep, but I'm telling the truth. So your job now is to look yourself in the mirror and say, I love myself. I love myself. And you do it long enough till you go, looking pretty dang good today. I think I'm going to cut my hair. I think I'm going to put some lipstick on. I'm going to do something different. Because when you own that, you change, you guys. And the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over and over and expecting a different result. Okay? So I'm going to have some tips for you. Let's see. Yep, talk about. Here's a big thing. You can take every supplement known to mankind to, enhance and do all these things. But what most people aren't thinking about is our environment. Okay, we talked a lot about stress. Stress can be huge. Ladies, you might not get there because you got stress. You're thinking about the dirty dish in the sink. You're thinking about things that, should be off the table. Okay? What most people don't know is if you've got a Glade, Scentsy Glade, some kind of perfume, candles lit, and you've got Bath and Body Works lotion on. Sorry, I'm picking on I'm going to go a little fragrance here for you. I'm going to go a little crazy, but you put that on your skin, and there's fragrance in there. Did you know that there's something called phthalates in fragrance? There's like a bazillion chemicals in fragrance. Phthalates actually disrupts your hormones. So if you're trying to get there and you've been trying for so long and you just happen to love this perfume or love these smelly things, that could be a huge culprit. A great friend of mine went to a class and I talked about this very same thing. And she said, all I remember hearing was fragrance and maybe not having an orgasm. Sorry, I'm going to say orgasm. I'm sorry, that's a compliant word. It's not a disease, but that's kind of what the optimal achievement is in this topic. But anyway, she quit wearing her perfume for 1 week. Now she's a clean eater. She eats amazing. I won't say her name because she's probably maybe on here, but within 1 week, she achieved what she had wanted to for so long by just omitting fragrance. What does that tell you about all the other stuff we're using, right? We got the chemicals going in us. And when you put it on your skin, you guys, it hits us 10 times faster because it doesn't process through our liver. It goes right into our bloodstream, all those chemicals. So what are you putting on? And I know many of you guys already are thinking of fragrances and all these toxics that are literally killing us, to be brutally honest. And now that's a whole nother class. I got to watch my time here. But that is a culprit. So unplug those. See that little diffuser over there? Oh my God, we're going to talk about some great tips. That's amazing. My friend Carol, she's amazing. She sees girls at, 18, 19, 20 stripped of their hormones because of what we're buying at the store, because of not using clean products that have nothing in them but amazing oils, okay? Girls are getting boobs at a bigger age. We're eating food that are loaded with hormones. It's in our meat. It's everywhere. So be proactive, because at the end of the day, man, you're going to have a whole different game the next morning if things are working great. So phthalates. Did you know that if you take the birth control pill, you are stripping yourself of testosterone? What do you think you need? Women need testosterone, and so do men, obviously. It's their big thing, okay? Women need it too, and if you're low on that, you got nothing, right? If you're high in that, you got a lot of facial hair, but that's Carol's department, and you're going to find a lot of that stuff in here. I'm not going to go into that. But your kids, something to think about. People are putting on that stuff so often. Makes me crazy. Make your husband's cologne, okay? I have a great friend, Kelly, who's on here. Kelly Miller, she's amazing at DIY stuff, and she's got it going. So if your husband's wearing Polo or Ralph Lauren, and you wonder why, maybe he's kind of got like maybe a little Limp Bizkit-y things going on, like things aren't really working, like things just aren't as firm as they used to be. I'm telling you, get some Lumberjack out. Lumberjack has got Northern Lights, Black Spruce, Rosemary, Cedarwood, and Lemon in it. Now, until the day we get Idaho Blue Spruce back, I'm just telling you to put this on your ankles. Make your own colognes, yep. And but for now, we got to work with when this is out of stock. And there's other great oils, so look it up. You guys, there's so many DIYs. So I'm going to start with some tips, and then we'll go into some oils. Okay, and if you guys have questions, let's just make this open. I believe firmly, and maybe some of you don't have a problem in this area, but I believe firmly that a great night of intimacy should start in the morning. Like it should start when you wake up. Because some women, it might take a little bit longer. You know, guys are like buffalo. They just want to go in for the kill. Like they just want to like get it done, like get the deed done. And women need a little foreplay, okay? Foreplay is amazing. That's what can set the tone for the entire day. So now you've got it in your brain, right? Maybe you're not thinking so much about the laundry or the dirty fork or the kids. You're thinking about your partner, and it creates that excitement throughout the day. So here's what you should do. Now I can't tell you if these are my tips, but pretty much most of them are. Put a drop of joy on his underwear. Now maybe your guy goes commando, whatever that looks like. Put a drop of joy on his work pants. Right where those things hug it really tight. Put a little joy there. And then just tell him it's the new laundry soap that you bought. And he's gonna say, what's that smell? But it actually brings joy to that region of the body. Okay? It's been done. It's been proven. Just telling you. And women, sometimes women might just need to get literally in touch with themselves. Like I'm reading some good hormone books, guys, because that's a huge part. But some women need a little self-help before that time comes. And trust me, if you spend 20 minutes all by yourself, maybe in the mirror, I don't know, you're loving yourself, you're loving, touching, squeezing, that song. That just might get you in the mood, okay? So things have to be moved around. Things need to be circulated. And then you get that feeling, right? Because we all think the feeling, we're trying to so hard to concentrate on this feeling, but actually it's our emotions that are holding us back. So get yourself in that emotion. I don't care what you got to do. Lather yourself in, lang-a-lang, and maybe it's valid, but find one oil that works for you, right? And keep using it. Another tip is find an oil that you've never used and make it your love oil. So I was looking for my present time here amongst all the things, or maybe it's Sensation. Present time must have fell. Okay, maybe you grab Sensation, something you've never ever used before. And ask your husband if he likes it. Like, oh, honey, do you like this? It's like, it smells great. And that night, this is when you put Sensation on. Because now you have the sensational oil to set the mood for the day. So now you've got Sensation, and maybe he wears a little uniform to work, and he's got a little pocket. So maybe you take a little post-it note, and then you put a little drop of Sensation on it, and you put it in his pocket, and he's like, what's this? And he'll get it out and smell it and go, oh my gosh, that was from the night before. That's amazing. Woo-hoo! Like he's all excited. You gotta play the roles here, guys. You gotta make it fun. That's what marriage should be, is fun. There should be this, if it's not every day, make it every, 2 or 3 times a week. I don't know. But I'm telling you can lose weight, you can burn calories. There's so many benefits. You guys, do you know that sperm is a natural antidepressant? It's facts. Just say, honey, I'm depressed. Come back here. I'm depressed. I mean, you gotta create it. I'm telling you, it's worth it. And yeah, okay. Maybe you put on some lipstick, some of our lipstick that Savvy Minerals has, and you wear that you've never worn. He goes, whoa, what do you got going on there? And you set the tone. Maybe you just wear a robe and nothing underneath, and that's just something different because it's change. Right? You got to change it up to get a different result. Maybe you take a picture, a fun picture. Like maybe, don't give it all away. Maybe just take a little fun picture of your cute little high heel shoe and your long leg, and you just snap your picture, and sometimes you get carried away, but what I highly recommend is do not share that on Snapchat if you really don't know how to use it and it's your first time using Snapchat, because there's something called a story, and then there's something called send to somebody that you love and know. Okay, I don't know, it's just not a good feeling. So don't do that. You download the picture and then you upload, right? Anyway, that was just kind of a really big tip. We talked about finding an oil, make it your special oil. Now you've got that. Put on a sticky note. Take goldenrod in a capsule, maybe a couple hours before you set that tone, before things are shaken out. Now, I had a lady tell me that goldenrod literally gave her multiple things happen for her. Normally, she was a one-hit wonder, and some women are just one-hit wonders. But maybe you're going for the rally. Maybe you're want to change it up. I don't know. Maybe 5 drops in some capsule, Vitality. Oh, I know this is Vitality. I don't have that here. Sorry, you got to be compliant. But maybe that's what you try, because you definitely do not want this in your mouth at all. Like it'll shut you down. Do not mistake this for lemon, because literally you will have problems and you'll never touch this oil again. Just saying. But for the man, I had a guy tell me in Michigan, he's not on here. He swore by this. He was looking for some help for, golden rod. It keeps it golden, and it's a rod, and you want to keep it golden, and that's what you do. And he applied it topically, and he said it was the best thing that ever happened to him. Okay, now this may or may not work for you. We don't know what your body's like. We don't know if it's 2 drops or 5 drops. Always go slow. So slow and go always when it comes to these, no matter what you're using them for. Yeah, good times. And it's okay for the woman. It's okay to be together with this oil on. You're going to be okay. So maybe, maybe you diffuse while you're using this, because it might mask the smell a bit better. Maybe you get out, maybe you guys, After that happens, you're going to want to get some duct tape. If you have children, you're going to want to throw some snacks in their room, like throw them a bag of chips. Just throw a couple bags in, get the duct tape out, and then literally rip it and then like shut their door. Like just tape their door shut. And then you do your thing because that's how goldenrod works. But you don't want to be interrupted, just saying. And if they're old enough, yeah, whatever. Put an iPad in front of them just for a little bit. Get some rubber gloves on. I mean, try something different. Okay, guys, experiment. When you have that love for each other and you're open, you're like, does that feel good? No. How about over there? Oh, not so long there. Women, we don't ask and we don't tell our guys what we like. Why are we so afraid to do that for some of us? That was me, I'm gonna be brutally honest. I just thought that's the way it was. Same place, same time, same position, same clock, same. It was like I was a robot, you know. And then I got in this business, and it's totally changed my game up. I mean, yeah, you get it. You guys get it. It's crazy what can happen. So get some music. Get your phone. I can't use it. Get your phone and make a buble. Like get some music on that you've never heard, you know. Or maybe it's AC/DC. Whatever your thing is, change it up. And maybe that's your song. Like, so then you play it or you text him I love texting my husband. I text him the song or, you know, and it's like, okay, he's got it in his head. We're all like there, we're on the same jam, right? Okay, moisture. Well, yeah, we need that. But skin, I meant to say. Skin. You guys, skin can be sexy. So how dry is your skin? I mean, do you look like a dried up prune? How's your face? How's your décolleté? How are you looking skin-wise? The reason why I ask this is because one day I did a video and my husband liked it. Like, he's not a Facebook guy at all. I mean, he'll scroll, but doesn't really comment. But he liked the video. I'm like, oh, you watched my video. What did you like the best about it? He goes, yeah, was I supposed to watch it? And I said, well, why did you like it? He goes, I just like watching your skin. My skin? You like watching my skin? You like that? Oh my gosh, really? Thanks for sharing. What do you think I want to wear now in all my videos? I want to wear skin because that's what he likes, because he told me. So you got to verbalize what you like, okay? So moisturize your skin. Oh, I got tips, you guys. This hair oil. Like, have you put this in your hair and made your hair smell like Shutron? Like, I actually used this before the video, and I put it on my décolleté, put it on my chest, and I rubbed it all in. Now, you can use the shave oil to get that sulky, you know, that misty, dewy thing, okay? Yes, goldenrod for women, absolutely. So get something that, maybe you put a little bit on your shoulders. How does your face look? Like, exfoliate your face. Exfoliate those dry legs that feel like alligators, okay? When's the last time you shaved? The shaver, guys. You know what that is? It's one of these guys right here. Okay, you got one of these? And then, have you guys ever heard of one of these? Okay, you guys know what this is? Okay, I shave my face all the time. I shave our hair. And then, think about it. Lucy's got some really, really, really good edible recipes in here. But, for you ladies, do you think your men want to play in the jungle? Like, where's the pathway to, you know, something better? Have you ever thought of that? Because you would not believe what could possibly happen if you surprised your guy. And men, you need to do some landscaping, right? Don't be afraid. It's going to be okay. If you like different things and you find an edible recipe in here that you want your wife to use, think about it. Get that stuff out of the way. Who wants that? Not me, sorry. Life can be different, guys. Get the shaver out. It's a great gift for Valentine's Day. Oh my gosh. Actually, why don't you have your partner? Why don't you guys work on it together? Oh, now you can say, when someone says, what do you guys do together? Well, we get off the shaver and we just sometimes, you know, have a little fun, right? Get a hotel room, maybe once a month, and make it the funnest hotel room experience ever, okay? Ever. And next month, do something different. Spice it up, right? Get a sitter for the kids. Experiment with massage oils. So you know what those are. You guys start at the feet. Just start rubbing someone's feet. Just get them out and start rubbing. And you'll be surprised where that leads to, because the essential oil in Sensation Massage Oil can do something to your body, right? It gets in our skin, our blood within like 26 seconds. Some people have immediate results. Some people might take a little bit. but start on the skin. And then sometimes that just leads different places, and all of a sudden things just happen, right? It's okay. I give you permission. You have my permission to be crazy and do something fun, okay? All right, we talked about that. Join a yoga class. Do you know that when you do, and yeah, yoga, you got to get over it's not a cult. I used to think it was, and you're seancing and you're worshiping the devil. You got to get over that, because that's just not what it is, right? I need to be in touch with myself, because I'm always up here. Ask anybody. I'm always up here. So yoga and meditation literally can take you in a different place. So maybe you practice 20 minutes of yoga. Picture yourself. You got your shaver, you're in the mirror, you're naked, you're all by yourself, and you're meditating, right? Can you picture yourself doing that and like thinking of nothing but what might be happening? It's the foreplay in your head, right? Of what's going on. You gotta change it up, ladies, guys too. Find the love language. Men, if you do not know what touch can do for your spouse that likes touch, and you want a little bit more of it, like you're the guy who thinks about it 200 times a day. Do you know the average man thinks about sex 200 times a day? I mean, yeah, when things are working right, it's great to think about that, but we have jobs to do, we have things to do, but if it's that way, touch. Just walk up and touch her shoulder. Touch her hair. Like, touch her face. I actually maybe look into her eyes and don't say anything. Like, connect in the eyes. Like, get her so she's melting. Like, and maybe have the eyes of like, or whatever you want to do, so that's cute. Like those eyes, because when you feel that energy, it just releases things. Like her body excretes stuff from out of nowhere. Like it's a beautiful gift, right? Because you got to have that to keep things moving. And so maybe it's not as dry as a desert. You got to have the oxytocin releases and the adrenaline and all that stuff working together for you. Okay. So that's all free. You guys, men, if you're watching, touch is free. Whispering is free. Do you know what a whisper does to me? Ooh, like, whoa, like just something little nibble on there. Do you know that putting, oh, am I getting too deep here? Putting, men love their ears rubbed, like the top of their ears. So ladies, you want to get your guys going? Put a little oil on their ears, right up here. Just rub their ears for a little bit, like this, back and forth. It's amazing. But if your guy needs to clean his ears, tell him he's got to clean his ears. And be upfront. Maybe his breath smells. Maybe your guy's got like halitosis of the mostis. And you're just like, man, I can't kiss that. So you got to be honest. If you're married, I would hope he'd tell you that you should shower first, or geez, your pits smell. We got to think of these things that, people are kind of picky and fussy, and some people just don't care. But if you do, get some thieves out, get some clove, rub some clove on your gums and clean that hygiene stuff up, okay? Well, I don't know where I was going with that. Get an adult toy box. Now, some of you might not even agree with me here. You do not have to agree with me. But some people really struggle. And I'm telling you, they accentuate and they make things go a little bit faster sometimes when you're in a hurry. Maybe you've got 14 kids and you just need that release. And sometimes experimenting together can be like a fun thing. So maybe once a month you get something new and fun and you make it interesting and you really get creative. Be curious, guys. There's things you could be doing differently. Okay. Yeah. Talked about that. Drink more water. Do you know how many people are dried up? You know how many people are dried up so bad that think about it. Think of what we need to get there. Okay, men. Whoa, you need a lot. Like men, are you drinking water? No, you got to remember, my husband was a pop drinker. He was pushing a 40 waist. We ate crap. Man, we were toxic people. He was on some stuff. And when all this happened, like, it's weird what happens. I'm just telling you guys. So cypress is great for circulation. Cypress you can put on your inner thigh for men and women. Cypress, and it's in the book. And I'm telling you, just got to get this up because she says it all. And do not mistake, please, ladies. Well, I shouldn't say don't mistake, but I was one day going to take 6 sulfurzyme that I normally do because sulfurzyme is amazing for that department. Like I kind of got to be careful with that right? Sometimes if I grab a little too many, I'm like, whoa, what's going on here? Something just happened. But if you take 6 Power Jais, you better darn be sure your husband's nearby, all right? Or that box is somewhere close, because things just happen, right? So Power Jais has cassia, Idaho blue spruce, and goldenrod in it. So if you're all wondering what you need to take because Idaho blue spruce is out, maybe try some Power Jais. Amp up your game a little bit, okay? Love it. The answer is always no if you don't ask. So maybe you heard your girlfriend, a close friend of yours, talk about a way or something different that you were like, oh, God, that just seems awkward. And you should never be afraid to ask, hey, let's try this. Can you do that? Can you do a little, can you go there with me for a little bit? I just want to see how that is. That's confidence. And I think confidence is the new sexy. Like, you just got to own your badass self, guys, and just take over. Take charge, man. Freak your husband out. What would he do? Do you think he'd be mad? No, someone's got to be in charge. There's always someone that is in charge, seems to be, not always, of that department. You know, maybe you're the one that does all the planning. You're the one that always initiates. You're the one that always does the stuff. Well, what's wrong with that? Okay? But if you freak your partner out and you do something different, maybe he'll go, hey, wow, can we get that back? Wow, that was amazing. Just telling you, don't be afraid to ask, okay? It's a big deal. So you need to know this is really important. And you might think, I don't know what you'll think, doesn't matter. Your gut. Okay, do you know that 90% of serotonin is made in your gut? Okay, we got your brain up here, right? There's tryptophan, I mean, there's some really technical things we could discuss here, but what I'm telling you is if you don't have good gut health, things kind of don't work. And this isn't a gut class. It's a how to feel better about yourself, your image, your energy, your life, your purpose, and place it in areas that you're struggling in and changing. So my reason for bringing this up is that everything you eat does matter. Did you know preservatives, and we already know about the sugar, we know about all these things inflame us. Like, we are inflamed with things we've never, it's in everything now. So we're being overloaded, toxic overloaded, and things don't work, and things get in, they go haywire in our body. We don't know how to process that. All right. It's the little bit in that, the little bit in that, maybe a touch of that and a touch of that. But over the course of the day, I teach my team, you're not feeling good about yourself, self-image, all that stuff. What did you eat that day? Where's the nutrients? Where's the extra water? Where's the half your body weight in ounces of water a day, right? That we're supposed to drink for circulation, because we need it. Women, we need it, right? So I think it's vital you look at your gut health. I mean, and Life 9's a gimme, right? One's for maintenance. You need to take more. So many things are made in our gut that they're related. So there's a gut-brain relationship. And if you don't know who Ed Daly is, get on, follow Ed Daly. He talks about it all the time. Oliver Winker, we just had a great event. We talked about all of that. And it can make a big difference. So emotions are huge. So how are you emotionally? Again, we talked earlier about how many people have things stuck in here that inhibits them from, having a great time in the sheets. And maybe you're going to step it up now, and maybe you're going to work on that. So find one thing you can work on in this, part of your life that can bring so much joy and so much relaxation and so many things you might not have thought about, because the endorphin release is amazing. Communication and self-confidence are huge. So work on those things. Maybe Valor is your best friend now, right? All right, here we go. Let's talk about a couple oils. And I'm just going to go by what, we already talked about goldenrod. So for those of you just joining, you're going to have to go back because this is amazing. Lang-a-lang, the ticket. This is my ticket for me. And again, consistency is the key. How many drops do I need? I don't know. You're going to have to let your body tell you. And some things might work instantly. Some things might take, a while. If you've never done a liver cleanse or any type of cleansing, we just talked about toxic stuff, and I find people they reset their body with cleansing, with a lot of things. You got inflammation, you got all these things in your body that you don't know where they're coming from, all these side effects. Look at what you're taking in and cleanse them out. So if someone wants to put on a great cleanse, I teach one to my team all the time, and it resets you. So if supplements aren't working, that's a great reason to try cleansing. I thought it was for the tootie smoothies people to cleanse. I mean, look at how much we abuse our stuff and all the side effects from all those synthetics. Do you even know possibly why things aren't working in there? Side effects are everything, right? They really are. And people don't realize that. So many things I'm going to talk about. So Lang Lang worked for me. It's very relaxing. And babies that cry a lot, Lang Lang's amazing. And if you're not ordering 400 PV this month, people, you're nuts, because this comes in it. Like, this is amazing. And then you got your sensation if you enroll a couple people. Great deals going on. Shutron. All I can say is when someone wears this, I just have to stop and think before I speak, because Shutron should be your new husband's cologne. This should be your cologne. This should be the mood setting one if that's what you need. But you have to get this. And it's $75. You're like, oh my gosh, why is it so much? Well, you can make your own, spray it in, and now you're putting on, you know, your mojo for the day, and you're setting the tone like we talked about earlier. Okay, super great. And testosterone. Now, because I seen Carol, I think I seen she joined. You got to remember, you know, again, you could do all these things, and you could start with, you know, clary sage and look up why you need clary sage. If you're dry as a desert, if you're, you know, you're at that age and you want to, you know, amp things up, you know, maybe you need more. People are so afraid to use more. So if you're going to play with this yourself, then don't hesitate to do that, because clary sage is amazing. I had one woman tell me with this alone, her periods were so heavy that she had to miss work once a month for, like, she had to spend hours in the bathroom because there's nothing that was stopping it, like nothing. She came to one of my classes. I talked about clary sage and how amazing this is for hormones. And within 3 weeks, she said this, she had never in her whole, from age 13 to 30, it changed her life. Okay, so one oil can change a life. So if you know something really good about it, why are you holding back? Man, I'd be like asking women, hey, how are your periods? Are they regular? I mean, we got oils that kind of make you more regular. Like, are you a person that, did I say PMS? I don't know. That freaks out, like, you know, goes crazy that time of the month, you know, well, that's what Dragon Time's for. I have women swear by this. They're making roller balls and putting it in. They're all in here, guys. It's all in the book. Amazing job. Super great stuff. Idaho Blue Spruce. Now, you know what's really weird? I know I talked about this earlier, but this was the oil that my husband, I had to have 5 lined up. And when he ran out, he wasn't very nice. Like, he wasn't kidding. Like, he wasn't really an oiler, but this was what he was first introduced to, and that's how much energy it gave him. 70% of the men that use this, men and women, said they had more energy. There's studies on Idaho Blue Spruce. So it could be sexual energy, it could be physical energy. Again, if you don't have physical energy, why don't you have that? You know, I'm always about the root cause. Is it your job? Is it your family life? Fix that first. Fix that first and see what comes next. Go into the, you know, go into some de-stressing mode, okay? So great. Yeah, so great. Find your oil star. Love it. Let's see. Okay, got a little bit of time here. Sclerescence. This is great for going into menopause, okay? You gotta understand what these are for and how to use them and apply them, okay? That's why we have books and references. You know what I love about doing this is kind of duplicatable. Now, it may not be, maybe you might be afraid to share stories like I do, but I'm not shy anymore like I used to be. But once you get your mojo and you got some confidence, you can take on the world. Like, you can do anything. But if you want to share this, okay, she's got a system, guys, and I was supposed to look at this, I never did. This is a little black book. These come together, and if you want to, they're all scripts. Now, I'm not going to read scripts to you because I just can't do it. Like orange, it tells you what to say, where to put it. This is actually really good for an aphrodisiac. You put this on your chakra, one of your chakras, and down by your pelvic area, and you'd be surprised what happens. And now some people might need to carry your oil because orange is it's kind of tingly. It's like I used to put it on my chest. And ladies, you should be putting them on your hoo-has along with Sacred Frank. I'm just saying, because these are great. You want to keep them around forever, like forever. So be proactive in Sacred Frank and orange oil on the fatty part, not up by the, okay. So TMI there. So this is a great book. So this is a system, and my daughter's teaching them now. Samantha, and she loves them. So you get this little book, and people can take notes, and you just read from the script, all right? And you put a little sample of oil in this little hole here, and you got it going. So duplicatable stuff is where it's at if you're sharing. Maybe some of you aren't sharing, which I don't understand why you're not, because everybody needs this help, and we're all afraid to ask. You can't get this kind of class at the clinic. Like, you can't get this information because they're all one way. You know, unless you see Carol, I don't know, they're all one way. So I'm a firm believer in that. Do you take vitamin D3? Carol gave me these. Like, I love these. You got to make sure your nutrients are properly balanced, okay? Because they help the hormones. Seriously, big deal. Tryptophan. Okay, rose. So maybe rose is your oil. Do you know that I wore rose to the gym the other day for the first time? I had the best workout. Thank you, Carrie. That's so sweet. Best workout because I had some kind of weird energy. So rose has the highest amount of, I don't even know, whatever it is, someone's going to tell me what it is, in this bottle, and it can affect everybody differently. It can be your go-to oil, but it gives you really good energy vibes. And I don't know what those are right now at the moment. But it's worth the price. So you only need a little bit. And if you get it and it's cold and you think it's empty, it's really not. You got to warm it up. Okay, you warm it up like this. Those of you getting oils on your doorstep that you think are frozen and broke, not true. Just warm them up a little bit. The citrus ones might be a little cloudy. Doesn't mean they're any different. They still have the same effect. Okay? All right. Marriage Saver in a bottle. Guys, this is it right here. If you're not using Progessence Plus, I just watched... I follow Lindsay a little bit on Instagram, and I love getting the facts because she's the fat gal. And you can use this every day if you want. How about your 16-year-old that's just, you want to duct tape her to the wall because you don't know what to do with her? Or maybe you want to start with this one first. So many people want to populate the world, and you know why we can't do that? Is because we're low on progesterone and things that our body needs to be ample. And if Carol wants to chime in, you just chime in. She's the expert. But people have gotten normal, and I can say that because my daughter did. You know, I got the best looking grandson. He's like 1 now. He's amazing. You'd be surprised what this can do. Okay, amazing. You can put this on your face. Actually, if your head hurts because it's that time of the month, you just put a little right here, just rub it in. Women are rubbing it on their face for good skin, and some people put it on their wrists. This has bergamot, frankincense, and peppermint in it. Smells amazing. But they say if you're looking for a little action, and you put this all over you before bed, this because of the progesterone in it, the natural, by the way, that's a huge difference than synthetic. The natural kind of can go from here to here. So you might not be really where you want to be. So just maybe put it on the bottoms of your feet or somewhere you're not touching a skin, because skin is our largest organ. Everything you put on it gets absorbed. Okay, enough about that oil. Okay, women. Oops, can you guys hear me? Okay. Release. Maybe you just need a release, an emotional release, so you can release in other areas. I put this on my feet and I cry. Like, I don't know why, because maybe I got so much excitement, but I let go. So again, this can be so emotional for so many women. You think it's other things, but we all stuff it up here. How do you let that go, right? If you're not seeing somebody every week and you're not working diligently and things aren't changing, right? You gotta physically let it go with something like release. So put this on the bottoms of your feet. It smells amazing. And when you let problems go, you let the past go, you let, the stress of your job go, and an oil can do that for you. You can have a whole different experience, nighty night, right? Let's see. B6, pretty darn safe, okay? But again, Lucy's got lube recipes in her thing. Maybe, I love bringing up digize. Now, it doesn't smell very good, but what if you maybe you're a gassy, bloated person. Again, change up your diet, guys, because that's kind of what it comes down to. And people fart a lot. Like, people let out farts because it's pressure, it's, you're embarrassed, you're like, oh my gosh, what just happened? I let it go and it wrecks them, whatever. I've heard it happen. Maybe you take a couple drops of digize in a capsule, because this is the vitality. Maybe this is the vital thing you need to feel a little bit less pressure in your gut, okay? But again, think about what you eat. I'm going to talk about white angelica, and there's so many more other oils, but white angelica, so if you're a negative person, like you just hang on to negative stuff, like you feed on that. And I see it in people's face. When I meet a lot of people, I do the Zyto scans, and I've met so many women, and I have to put this on because it wards off their stuff. Literally, I take a lot in, and for those that see people every day, I don't know what you're doing, but I didn't really connect the two, that you actually take on people's stuff. It's that vibe, right? We're all full of energy, and we're sucking it in, like we're absorbent. Okay, so maybe you're that person. Maybe you put white angelica on in the morning, and it lets go of some of that negative stuff. And maybe it's your job. I hear so many people say they hate their job. You guys, 1 out of 6 people want to quit their jobs and want something different. Oh my gosh, that's a whole nother class. But seriously, why not try something that helps that? All right, I think I'm done. Maybe you need a nitro. I don't know about you, but if you're tired and your husband's sick of you saying, I got a headache, I have no energy, nothing left, you just take one of these guys right here. And you suck it all the way down. Suck it down. Now you get energy. Because how can you really have any fun if you don't have any energy? So, I think that's my class. I think I covered some really good stuff that might help one of you. If I help one of you do something different, then I've done my job. So, anybody else have any questions? Yeah, it's what you eat, right? Thanks for having me. And if you guys, I got some other videos that I have on my my website, stacy@stacyteagues.com. It's my website. I talk pretty openly about things, so have a great rest of the day. And Star, anything else, let me know. Thanks for having me. I know we're a little delayed here, but let me just look here if anybody's got any questions. I'll go through and answer later, so I can let you guys go. Your lunch hour is over. Share with your friends. Have a great day, guys.